how you guys were gripping the gun that could use a little bit of improvement as well. A couple things when we're talking about grip is we want to achieve two major principles. We want leverage over the firearm, and we want friction on the gun. So what I mean by leverage is, again, that analogy where we're in space and that gun is fired, it's coming straight back. My hand is what induces muzzle rise because I'm introducing a pivot point. So we want to get real high leverage on the gun to minimize that muzzle rise. If I'm grabbing the gun down low here, there's a lot of space for that gun to flip up. So we want to get high and tight right up under that beaver tail or the tang of the pistol. You want to actually feel pressure from this pushing down on the webbing of your thumb. That's how high you want to be with your firing hand. With your support hand, you want to also be real high. So if you put your thumb up, you kind of got like the state of Florida right here. So if we take our support hand, cant it slightly, and cover up all that high on the slide. So if my trigger finger is indexed on the slide, my support hand thumb is about the same height. If I'm down here, there's a lot of room for the gun to move laterally. And I saw one of you guys had your thumb down here and then your support hand over your thumb. That creates a lot of space under here for the gun to move around. We want to try to get as much of a vise on the gun as possible. When we're talking about pressure on the gun, we want to have C-clamp pressure. We want to be putting pressure on the front strap and the back strap. We don't want these three fingers to be squeezing the left side of the frame, because right now I got front and back strap pressure. If I go and squeeze this like a sponge, the barrel of the gun is going to cant to the left a little bit. So a lot of times with new shooters, they're squeezing with their hand as hard as they can, and so they'll be going to the left a little bit. And then also a lot of times they'll try to anticipate that recoil, so they'll be low left. So if you're shooting low left, it's a good chance that you're anticipating the recoil and you're squeezing with the three amigos. The pressure that you can put with this is bullshit compared to the pressure that you're going to get with your support hand. So don't worry about these three fingers at all. You want all that support hand pressure. Secondly, we want to have what's called nutcracker pressure on the back strap of the gun. So if you put your hands together like this and go like that, this is the jaws of the nutcracker. With a full-size heavy gun, with the nutcracker pressure, I can fully control this weapon. So when we press out and we push the gun out, we want to be putting pressure from here into here, which is going to give us really good control along the back side of the gun. And then finally, the top part of the frame is we want to do what's called a clamshell, where like a clam, you want to be trying to touch this part of your hand to this part of your hand through the frame of the gun. Again, just by using the clamshell, I can hold the gun without problems. So the way that we do the nutcracker is by extending the arms and pushing the palms. The way we do the nutcracker is kind of by just lifting the elbow slightly, and you'll feel that pressure build along the top of the frame. Now, we don't want to over-exaggerate, because if we over-exaggerate, lift the elbows too high, now we're breaking the principle of friction. So then we're losing that friction on the gun. Okay, so that's proper grip. So everybody, let's go dry, and we'll do a couple presentations where we're just focusing on the grip. So we're going to come around, and I'm going to kind of go in between your arms and see if I can break apart your grip and see if you're putting the good nutcracker pressure on